Hello aspirants, welcome to Civil Steps YouTube channel. In this video, we are going to learn about the associated challenges with the power sector in India. This topic is important for UPSC mains exam, that is GS paper 3 economy section, which mentions industrial policy and infrastructure. During COVID-19 pandemic last year, the government of India announced a rescue package for the power sector under the Atmanirbhar Bharat plan. This rescue package was arranged to prevent the entire power sector chain from suffering because of the DISCOM's inability to meet their obligations. This is not the first time that the center government has stepped in to aid DISCOMs and tackle the problems plaguing the distribution segment, that is your DISCOMs. So earlier it was in the form of Uday scheme. However, even after the repeated interventions, the end result has been the cash strapped DISCOM looking for another rescue package. Still they need our help or union government help. This highlights the major structural problem ailing the power sector, which must be rectified for sustainable power sector in India. Now, what are the challenges? There is total 6 challenges that power sector is facing right now. Number 1, aggregate technical and commercial losses, that is AT&C losses. Number 2, cost revenue gap. Number 3, poor policy design, not power, poor policy design. Number 4, loss due to pandemic. Number 5, low investment. And the last is fossil fuel dominated energy generation. Now we'll see all these losses, we'll see all these factors one by one. Now AT&C, that these losses stem from poor or inadequate infrastructure or on account of theft or bill not being generated or honored. The Uday scheme had envisaged bringing down these losses to 15% by 2019. However, as per the data on Uday dashboard, the AT&C losses currently stand at 21.7% at all India level. Next is cost revenue gap. The difference between the DISCOM's cost, that is average cost of supply, and revenues, that is average revenue realized, is still high. This is due to the absence of regular revision in electricity tariff in India. So that is what we needed. Next is poor policy design. The government's push for ensuring electrification for all has contributed to greater inefficiency. Now why? As household connections are ramped up to support higher level of electrification, cost structures need to be reworked, and the distribution network, that is transformers, wires, etc., would need to be augmented. In the absence of all this, losses are bound to rise. So we need infrastructure. So if you want electrification for all. Next is loss due to pandemic. Now this is a major concern. Among pandemic, with demand from industrial and commercial users falling, revenue from this sector, which is used to cross subsidize other consumers, has declined. So this is the main reason for DISCOMs, and reason you all know that because of lockdown. Next is low investment. Owing to the poor financial health of the DISCOMs, there are less new investment in the electricity sector, particularly by the private sector. So private sector don't find this power sector as a profitable one. Next is fossil fuel dominated energy generation. Thermal power based on fossil fuels such as coal, natural gas, and diesel account for 80% of the country's generation. Moreover, the majority of plants in India are old and inefficient. And you all know that prices of fuel has been increasing day by day also. Okay. Next, what we can do. So now we will see the remedy or solution for the power sector, whatever challenges we face there, how we can resolve those things. So the first is eliminate cross subsidization, that is high industrial oblique commercial tariff and the cross subsidy regime have affected the competitiveness of the industrial and commercial sectors. Thus, there is a need to ensure effective enforcement of rationalization of cross subsidy. Next is covering up aggregate technical and commercial losses, that is AT&C losses. Now to manage these losses, there is a demand for power. It is necessary to introduce 100% metering, that is net metering, smart meters and metering of electricity supplied to agricultures. There is also a need to introduce performance based incentives in the tariff structure. Next is utilization of renewable resources, which we used to call greening the grid. Now schemes such as Kusum scheme provide a suitable alternative to the power subsidy model in agriculture. Now this scheme intends to promote the use of solar pumps for agriculture and make provisions that local discoms should buy surplus power from the farmers. So it benefits farmer livelihood also. Next is cross-border trade. Government needs to actively promote cross-border electricity trade to utilize existing as well as upcoming generation assets. For example, SARC electricity grid. I hope this lecture benefits you. So if it is, then please subscribe to Civil Steps YouTube channel. Thank you.